If you would like a free newsletter on this or other subjects, just give us a call at Christian Answers. The phone number is area code 512-218-8022. That's 512-218-8022. Or you could email us at cdebater@aol.com. That's cdebater@aol.com. Thank you.
Put on your helmets and get ready for Madalyn Murray O'Hare.
I tell you, actually, there's two phenomena going on in America at the same time. One is that there is a rapid falling away from Orthodox religion and a rapid liberalizing of religion. There's a movement, I think, of the Protestants toward humanism, and there's a movement of the Roman Catholics toward what they call ecumenism, which is a kind of acceptance of the old Protestant belief, so that there's this constant liberalization and falling away from the church. And this is brought about not so much by me, but by science, by our ability now to instantaneously convert news items to everybody, etc. The amount of education that we have and the amount of, space probes, all of this is causing it falling away from religion. But at the same time, in the other direction, we have a very frightening thing. Right. And that frightening thing is that religion is gaining tremendous political and economic power like never before in our life. And I am very, very worried about this. I think that ultimately there will be a non-religious humanistic world where people will be concerned with the world here and now and forget this rubbish about a life hereafter.
Thank you very much.
Very positive statements,
I have to, because
Reverend Martin,
I have
constantly.
To. Well, I'm going to, because you make them.
But these statements are just your opinion, and your opinion only. They are not based in historic fact. They're not based in
How do you know?
Fact.
How do you know?
Based in anything else.
How do you know they're not based in biblical fact?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask.
They are.
Are they in the Bible?
And you are so ignorant of the Bible, it's pitiful. You go around making it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's no opinion. I could give you a quiz right now for a first-year Sunday school kid, and you couldn't pass it. You don't know beans about the Bible. You sit here and pretend to be an authority on religion. Your religious background is virtually nil. Now, don't play something you're not.
Number one, there is no such a thing as four authentic books of the New Testament. Number two, nobody knows who wrote them. Nobody knows when they were written. Nobody knows what they refer to. John is so wild, it's fantastic. Nobody knows where the Q source is. Nobody. You don't know a thing about this Bible.
Since you're such an expert.
It's a conglomeration of rubbish.
Since you're such an expert.
And you're an expert on rubbish?
Just a moment. Just a moment.
We are right now, for instance, we are right now having a tremendous argument with the biblical scholars as, for some people the argument is settled. Whether or not Mary was a virgin or whether this is to be transcribed as a girl who is a young girl.
All right, you're changing the point.
No, I am not changing the point.
Sure you are.
The word Mary the Virgin, this is in the Bible, and this is biblical. Is it biblical that she is an actual physical virgin with a hymen which has not been ruptured, or is it biblical that she is a young girl? What is it? And this is what I'm talking about. You don't know.
I want to bring this point out. Atheism has produced in the last 50 years two beautiful philosophies, communism and Nazism, and you're welcome to them.
You know this isn't true.
I know it is.
You know that fascism is the Roman Catholic Church personified.
Oh, now you don't like the Catholics, do you?
No, I don't like the Catholics.
Okay,
I don't like any religious people.
Now, Allen specifically states that the basic law of one of the basic laws of physics is that from nothing, nothing can come. And I want somebody to prove that from nothing something
No, nobody. This is still a theory.
Prove it.
This is still a theory, and
Madam,
you know it.
If you're going to try and tell me that from infinite void proceeded infinite energy, I submit that this is insane.
I don't know whether this is what happened. You don't know either. You haven't the faintest idea.
In the beginning, God created.
God. Here we
go.
You
don't like him, but he's there. Just
Thank you very much.
And don't worry
about him.
You
cover your ignorance by one word.
Don't worry.
God.
Don't
God
worry
did
about him. Don't worry about him, because he's going to be present at your funeral.
You know, one of the things that happens constantly, and this is a funny thing, is that the Christians and religionists have absolutely no sense of humor.
Hold on a moment, please.
No sense of humor at all. You can't joke with them about their religion at any level. You can't tell, you can't have religious cartoons or religious jokes, everything. It falls flat in their face because these people are so seriously intent on their insanity.
Mrs. Murray, can I ask you a question?
You're interrupting me.
this is
That's what I
always
say.
the New Testament according to St. Martin, all the time.
What about according to the people that wrote it?
You can't speak for them.
Well, I'm quoting the text.
You cannot speak for them. First off, you don't even know whether that text is accurate.
Well,
and then
I
you
don't know.
keep quoting Greek when we're dealing with Jews.
I quoted one word. Well, that shows.
So it means that there was at least a minimum of one translation
Mrs. Murray,
from the Jewish
Mrs. Murray,
of that particular
Mrs.
era.
Murray, since we're now on the subject of texts, what was the New Testament written in? What was the language?
I would be delighted to find out.
You
Do you
don't
have
know?
any idea?
You
No.
don't
Do
know?
you? And this New Testament
Greek.
that you have. Oh, and this was
Yes.
written the first year after JC.
Madam, you know, in the
Christianity
history of the
than
world,
any other time
what,
in the world.
Mrs. Murray, are you contributing?
I'm contributing, I hope, some reason.
We
to
have
this.
a person on the
And
phone.
would you compare yourself, of course, to our
hello?
Lord favorably?
Yes, we have.
Listen, I wouldn't even let him lick my boots. Jesus Christ has not influenced the total world because Christianity has a very small hold on a very small part of the total world population. And it always has. It's been extremely localized in Europe and then over to the United States. And there's a kind of a funny version of it down in South America, which has to do more with their own pagan religions down there than it has to do with the so-called Christianity, because there are overlaps in that culture. So actually, I don't think that in the history of the world he has had as much an impact as Confucius, or as Buddha, or as many of the other figures of this kind. He is particularly known to us in our culture because we stress him. But go to many other parts of the world and he's completely unknown, has been.
John, can I say something?
All right.
Equal to.
But yet a moment ago, unhesitatingly and unblushingly, you affirmed for us the historicity of Confucius, about whom we have even less data than Jesus Christ. How do you account for this?
Now, this is your opinion. Again. And
Quote me some
now
sources.
you are an expert on Chinese
No,
history.
ma'am. I'm an expert on comparative religion.
You're an expert
Quote
on
me the
physics,
sources. No, I'm
and
not.
you're an expert on
No.
Chinese history.
No, no.
And you're an expert
Comparative
on
religion.
I didn't bring. You notice that
You said Confucius.
Now I want to tell. Let me tell you
Oh,
something.
no. You said Confucius.
keep
Tell me
quiet.
how you know he
You
exists.
keep
I
quiet.
won't keep quiet.
You have with you a
tell
gentleman
me.
tonight who has brought along a suitcase full of
Tell
books
me
so
it's
that you can
Confucius.
quote them.
I haven't
You know what
quoted
I
any of
brought
them.
along? I brought along nothing. I'm perfectly
I agree to
willing.
that 100%.
I am perfectly
Nothing.
willing for you to send me a letter down in dear old Austin, Texas, and I will send you the historic proof for Confucius. I didn't bring it with me tonight. I'm not concerned about that.
No, just one moment.
I don't have to
You
stand
don't
to
know
prove
anything
him.
about it.
Here we go.
You got to go back to Austin to look it up.
You are also an expert on education of Madalyn Murray.
No. I'm an expert on one thing. Madalyn Murray.
On St.
Madalyn
Martin's
Murray.
version of the Holy Bible.
Madalyn Murray, with her Society of Separationists, makes statements and gets a lot of publicity on the idea
You
that
hate
she...
that, don't you?
No, I don't. I think
You
have
just
a,
love that
I think you have a
publicity.
right. I think you have a right to do it as an American. But you know what is objected to? It's objected to the vindictive and the malicious manner in which you attack all religion and clergymen and then proceed to try and make it look as if you're a martyr.
Don't know if you enjoyed hearing those outbursts from Madalyn Murray O'Hare, but we're here to analyze the argumentation that atheists use in their, I guess we should say, war against God and those who believe in Him.
Well, just kind of a small point she made. She was saying that one trend was that many people are becoming more secular, and she was saying that education, and she mentioned space probes as having people fall away from religion. I don't know, maybe that's wishful thinking on her part. As for myself, I have a PhD in chemical engineering, and I know many other people with PhDs who are Christians also. Why space probes? I never thought that you would see anything if you went to the moon or out in space, that you'd actually see God, and it's like, space probes don't do anything to hurt my faith.
BibleQuery.org. This site answers 7,700 Bible questions. HistoryCart.com. This site reveals early church history and doctrine, proving Roman Catholicism is not historically or doctrinally viable. MuslimHope.com. This site is a classic refutation of Islam, a counterfeit religion created by Muhammad.